So, another thing I'd like to talk about that I remembered also being in Hawaii. When I used to live out here, um, I began to have a lot of asthma attacks. And I found out that, especially in the Big Island, they have what you call bog. And bog is a lot finer than what we have in California, which is smog. Bog is from the volcanoes, and it started to affect my lungs. I had had some asthma issues before, and I began to realize that living in Hawaii, I was getting a lot of issues with asthma attacks because of the bog. And so the director I was working with recommended that I spend some time with God. And she also recommended a book. I'll put it down because I can't remember right now the complete name of it. But just for myself, what I ended up doing, right, and you need to consult a doctor if you wanted to do it the way I did um, before you do this. I was healthy enough to be able to just go ahead and fast. I fasted for 3 days and I seeked God. I did fasted all solid foods and just went on a liquid diet for 3 days and seeked God about it. And what God revealed to me was that fear is actually related to asthma. It was a spirit of fear, and which I needed to renounce and rebuke. And what I ended up doing was I created a list of all the things I was fearful of not being married, of not getting pregnant, of not having a child. And I made a whole list and was able to pray over each item. And as I did, God revealed himself to me and would say, I would ask God, what do you think about this? Put my hand over, let's say, not getting married, right? And the thought that would come into my mind was, well, it's not time yet. And so I did that over each item on my list. And then one very important thing was that he told me, you need to stop claiming the sickness. I did not give you sickness. It doesn't come from me. Stop claiming it as yours. So the next morning, because I fasted, I believe it was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That Monday when I went back to work, people were asking me, hey, how's your asthma doing? And as soon as I was going to answer them, I realized I was going to say my asthma. And then before I opened my mouth, the thought came into my mind that said, it's not yours. And so when they asked me, I said, the asthma is gone. I'm fine. And I quickly began to learn that you have to prophesy what it is that you want. Yes, I was still having issues, but I was rebuking them and I was no longer accepting them. So in my mind, if God didn't give it to me, then I didn't have it. And after of a few days of doing that, and people would ask me, I got healed from it. When I returned back home to California after several weeks or a couple months actually, of being in Hawaii, I was perfectly fine. I never used an inhaler again. I never had an asthma attack again. And I renounced all that sickness and that spirit of fear, which honestly, I think it's one of the enemy's tactics, right? To keep us in fear. In each and every way, he tries to always do that, in different situations. Maybe with work, it might be with finances, it might be with a health issue that you're struggling with. But if you even think about it in psychology, which is what I have one of my bachelor's degree in, it's called also the self-fulfilling prophecy. When people start saying stuff, even if it's positive or negative, eventually happens, right? Because you're already claiming it. but in reality, it's biblical. It's something that comes from God. So, whatever situation that you're in, whatever it is that you want it to turn out, especially because the Bible says, right, everything meant for evil will turn into our good, and I believe that. God shows off. You give him an opportunity to show off, and he really does. And his word never fails and never returns void. So always trust in him, always believe in the word, and whenever you have doubt, get back into your scriptures, read the Bible, see what he tells you, seek him first, right? And then everything else will be added to you. The word also says that it is his joy to keep us in good health and to prosper us. And I believe that too. He's a good father, and even though we may slip or fail or trip or be consumed by the enemy's thoughts, or even if it's right before you, right, the sickness, you can feel it, you can, or the issue, the situation, you call it out. And as Jesus said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you would tell that mountain to move and it will move. And I believe that. So always keep God first, seek him, and again, everything else will be added to you. God bless you. Till next time. Bye.